I've uh, I've thought for a long time that the concept of hope is um, both necessary and dangerous. Um, I honestly do believe that human beings can't really live without hope. Hope is what keeps us going. Um, I mean, if you think about it, even if you don't realize if you, that you have hope, you do probably have hope in some regard, just in the fact that something in your life will get better eventually. And even a tiny spark can keep you going. People who commit suicide are people who have completely lost all hope. And then there are probably, well, I'm sure there are other people like me who live essentially without hope, unless there's a tiny spark buried so deeply that we can't see. But what we're doing is not really living, we're existing. I exist for a few reasons. One is for what little family that I have. I know what it would do to family members if I were to take my own life. I do feel like I'm useful to them, a couple of them, in a few ways, not much, mainly my mother. I give her a little bit of companionship and try to help her out occasionally with things. My son at least knows, even if he doesn't want to spend time with me or even answer my texts, at least he has a little bit of security probably in knowing that I'm around, because he knows if he really got into a bind that I would do what I could to help him. I'd like to do more to help him, but you know. But that, I guess another reason is that I probably am, when it comes down to it, too cowardly to actually do the deed. But be that as it may, I also, have found a way to not be completely and totally miserable. I don't have any real pleasures in life anymore. I have some small ones. One of them is spending time with my mom. Another is spending time with my son when he allows it. I have my cats. And then I have numbing agents like TV, and maybe I'll work on some crafts, stuff like that. That's really all there is for me, but it at least keeps me from sitting around being completely miserable. It distracts me from how lonely that I am. But so that's why, well, and the lack of hope has is why that I'm in this position. I do know that there are things that I could do if I felt like putting forth the effort. I could, and money in some cases. I mean, I could do the money back guarantee on Match.com and see if I have any luck there, although I don't have any hope in that area at all anymore. So that's why I haven't tried. I could go out and possibly find a gig, even if it was nothing but tips. It would get me out doing something that I love doing. The one thing that actually makes me feel like I'm completely me. It makes me feel alive and gives me pleasure, but I'm too depressed to have the energy. Another thing is that I work too much. I mean, I've had a little bit of time off from the second job, but that will change in about a month, and so I'll be back in that cycle of working all the time. At least it'll keep my mind occupied, but doesn't leave much time for anything like music. And I mean, really, lack of hope is what has, and the accompanying depression is why my life is what it is. And I could probably even do something about the depression. And again, I'm just stuck in a cycle where I'm too tired and I don't care enough. I'm too hopeless to even try anything. I just don't care enough. I mean, the position that I'm in right now is not entirely bad and would be so easily improved with a partner. The thing that I cannot find. My financial situation is stable, and since I'm already able to pay all my bills. I own my own house. It's halfway paid for. The property keeps going up in value. A partner with even a minimum wage job, we could easily have enough money to, as long as they weren't some kind of spendthrift or had massive debts or whatever, we could easily have a fairly good life. And that, has been my dream for a long time, is to, I need safety and security and stability. And I'm the only person who can give that to myself, because I can't find anyone. And my mind still has so much potential, I feel like, and I still have so much to express through my music and my writing and whatever. And I feel that it's starting to fade, and I just always thought if I had a partner who gave me stability and security, or I don't mean gave it to me, but helped me have it, through knowing that they cared for me and wanted to make a life with me, and I would give the same to them in return, and we could give each other safety and security and stability. And if I had that, then not only would I have hope again and pleasure, the things that I need to make me feel like I'm really living. Maybe I could just work one job and that would give me more time to work on my music and whatever else. I mean, the artistic aspect of me is only free, completely free to be whatever it can be when I feel safe and secure and stable. But I can't find that. I've never been able. I did have about a 7-year period where I found it, and I will come back to that at some point. But anyway, to me, that's the reasons why hope is necessary. But the reason why I feel it's dangerous, and this is part of why I have the attitude that I have too, is when you have all these hopes and they come crashing down, it's a hard fall. It's always been a really hard fall for me. I think because of the whole adrenaline junkie part. And so I'm afraid to have hope because of what happens to me when things don't pan out, and they never do. So it seems much safer to not have any hope at all, because then I can't fall. I'm already on the ground, I mean, I realized that I have lived so many years now being afraid to care for someone, being afraid to even admit that I was attracted to them or interested in them, because I could not handle the rejection and the pain when they inevitably did not feel the same way. And so, and then to add into this talk about hope, I should find out sometime this month if I have osteoarthritis. I'm, about 90% sure that I do. I just need the final confirmation by a rheumatologist who's going to probably do x-rays or an MRI or something to confirm it. But I have all the symptoms. It is hereditary. My mom has it. Her mother had it. It's just, it's making me even more hopeless because it's degenerative. There's lots of treatments, but there's no cure. The pain that I feel now, which is mostly manageable with ibuprofen, is just going to get worse and over time, and make work even harder because of the pain. It already is, which is why I went to the doctor to find out what was going on. So, that's just kind of a real physical wake-up call to the fact that I'm getting old. And, when you think about elderly people, the only elderly people that we pay attention to as a society are politicians and some celebrities. That's basically it. The older that you get, the less relevant you are to people who are younger than you. I see it at work. They already look at me like I'm weird because I'm old enough to be their mom and I'm working at Best Buy, you know. And I mean, remembering back to when I was their age, I mean, I loved my grandmother dearly, my mom's mom, but other than her, I can't really say that I ever gave a lot of credence to old people. I don't know that I disrespected them, but I just didn't pay a lot of attention, I guess. And to me, it seems like the vast majority of people, as they get older, they become more and more invisible. And so that's what's happening with me now. Is not only is my personality fading because of my depression and lack of hope, but I'm just flat out disappearing from view of anyone. I mean, it won't be long before I'm old enough, show enough signs of aging that anyone who sees me is going to instantly just dismiss me as, oh, that old lady. And that's very sad and scary for me.